Next up, I'd like to introduce John Molina Jr. We witnessed another typical John Molina Jr. fight. Came, gave it everything he had, and we all know right to that final bell in the 12th round, we were wondering if it was going to happen. Tonight, unfortunately for John, it did, but he ran into a very solid Adrien Broner, three-time world champion, and got nothing to be ashamed of. It was a tremendous fight, tremendous effort. John Molina Jr.
How's it going? First of all, you know, what can I say about the fight? Adrien Broner was good at what he did, which was move around a lot. And, you know, his promises to sit there and exchange, I think those went out the window after the first round. But again, he's good at what he did, he's good at what he does, and I can't take that away from him. He moves really well in the ring.
Questions for John Molina Jr.?
John, there's a lot of different opinions on Adrien Broner. When he was first coming up, people thought he could become one of the best fighters in boxing. People think different things besides just that since his first defeat. Now that you've been in the ring with him, what do you think of Adrien Broner? Is he right now, or could he be an elite talent, or elite fighter in the sport?
Well, he's definitely talented, like I said before, he's talented at what he does, which is, he was, you know, hitting and not getting hit and didn't want to sit there and exchange. Safety first type deal, which you can't be mad at that because this is what the sport is, hit and not get hit, although it's not appealing to some of the fans. But stylistically, we thought it was going to make for a barn burner, but stylistically, it didn't make for what we thought it was going to make for. You know, and unfortunately, you know, I wanted to push it there, sit there and exchange it. As you guys saw in the last round, I had to sit in the middle because all he was doing was on his bicycle. Again, did he beat me? Yes. I don't want to discredit what he did. What he did, he stuck to his game plan and came out victorious. But with that being said, don't promise the world you're going to try to sit there and knock me out and then be on your bicycle.
John, over here. Throughout the bout, did you feel like you were sticking to your game plan, or was there anything that you could think of that you could have done differently?
Well, like I said, he was really good at being, you know, elusive in there. He really was. He's by far one of the slickest guys that I've been in there with as far as being able to utilize his elusiveness. You know, and then, man, I hate saying, well, what about this or what about that, but, you know, I have referee Bird, who's a hell of a referee, but he's telling me, you know, you're leading with your head. If I'm not mistaken, leading with your head is like an amateur rule. I mean, how you're supposed to lean in with your head up so you can get hit? I mean, I don't get that. So I really felt like at times my only way to get inside of Adrien Broner is to go forward. Am I going forward and then I'm getting howled, or if I'm leading with my head, or they think I'm leading with my head, I'm battling the referee telling me don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. So, I mean, again, Adrien Broner did what he had to do to be victorious. He's very elusive in there. He's a lot more elusive than I anticipated. I would give him that. But at the end of the day, you know, styles make fights, and this one was just stylistically, it didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen.
John, there. John, somewhere in the mid to late rounds, the referee broke you and Adrien out, but you guys were kind of jawing at each other. Can you enlighten us on what that conversation was about?
Now, you got to remember, when you're in a fight, I mean, sometimes being in a fight is I don't want to say it's an emotional event, but I mean, sometimes you have choice words for each other because at that moment in time, there's another man across the ring from you that's trying to knock you out, and you know, and I'm trying to knock him out. So of course you're not gonna be like, oh well, by the way, don't hit me like. You're like, no, I'm gonna kick your, you know what. So I mean, there was a few choice words, all part of the fight, and you know, it could be some psychological warfare. It could be just being a tough guy, but you know, it's just words that were exchanged between both of us, and nothing bad, nothing I'm gonna lose sleep over. But, you know, again, I'm just disappointed in what I brought to the table. I felt like I could have brought a lot more. Again, stylistically, he stuck to his game plan and it worked well for him.
Hey, John, usually you throw a lot of punches. Adrien Broner, he stood right in front of you the majority of the fight, but you didn't really get off the way you usually do. Did you respect him too much?
No, I really don't think it was that. It was the elusiveness. if he was staying right in front of me like he was, it was still out of reach for me to throw my punches. I would let my hands go, but it would either, once I start taking off, he had a really good defense of grabbing me right away, or being elusive to get out of the way. So I really don't think it was a lack of me being able to throw punches. It would have been like me shadow boxing in there if I continued to just throw punches, and it wouldn't have worked out in my favor. Obviously it didn't anyways, but what I'm saying is if I would have just sat there and threw punches, there would have been no one there to sit there and exchange with. One, that's a credit to his defense. His defense was exceptional. And two, again, it was a different enigma that I've ever dealt with where he was pretty slick in there.
So do you have to learn how to adjust?
Well, of course, it's always, this game is to be able to adjust. Again, this is the first time I was in there with Adrien Broner, and he's definitely a talent. He's slick, but you know, to sit there and exchange and let's fight. But he did what he had to do to become victorious.
More questions for John Molina Jr. Raise your hand, please. John, thanks very much.
Thank you, guys.